The scariest moment in a new freelancer's life is not the starting point. It's not when they send that first pitch. And it's not when they get that first job and they're like, oh my God, I've gotta follow through with that. While both of those things can be a little nerve-wracking, the scariest moment is when you send the pitch and you get a response back from that person that says, yeah, I'm interested. Let's talk more. What can you do to help me with my writing needs? And that's the moment you start to panic because you're like, I've never done this before. What do I charge? What do I tell them? I feel like a fraud, imposter syndrome. Take a breath. The good news is it's not as scary as you think. And in today's video, I'm gonna give you the 3 things you need to keep in mind so that you can actually turn that lead into a client and do so while feeling totally stress-free. If that sounds like something that would be helpful to you in your freelance writing journey, stay tuned. That's what we're talking about today. All right, first thing to keep in mind is you've already done the hardest work. You've put some samples together, you got maybe a little web page, you've sent the email, you've cold called this person, and they responded and said, yeah, I'm interested. They might have said, yeah, let's hop on a phone call to talk about it, which I get that, that's daunting, but you've already done the hardest part. You've warmed them up. You've got them interested in you. And right now, all they're looking to do is get further confirmation that you are going to be a good person to work with. So they're looking for reasons to make this work. So the hardest part, it's done. Even though you're starting to talk about money and you might be feeling like an imposter, it's okay. These next 3 steps are going to walk you through that, so there's nothing to be afraid of. Okay, first things first, you want to be prepared. And what I mean by that is spend 10, 15 minutes on this person's website getting to know who they are, what their goals are, what their needs are, what their business does, and try and learn as much as you can about them personally. You see, here's the secret. Most people would prefer to work with someone that they like versus someone that might be a little bit more qualified. So if you have that rapport, if you can find that thing in common that you can talk about on the phone call, then it's going to make it that much more likely they're going to hire you. So if you see this person has a dog or has a boat or is a golfer or is a big foodie, talk about those things. Bring those things up as you are starting the conversation and getting to know each other, because that's going to make it that much easier to transition into the business side of things. And then once you transition into the business side of things, because you are prepared, you will know what questions to ask them. You'll be able to ask about their content writing needs. You'll be able to talk about maybe content that they've done in the past or copywriting needs and what they're looking for. If you can build rapport and show that you're knowledgeable about their business and their industry, then it's practically a shoo-in that you're going to get the job. So all of that can be done by taking an extra 15 minutes, getting familiar with who they are, what they're into, and what their business is all about. Okay, real quick, leave a comment below and describe in 1 word how you feel when you first get that email saying, yeah, let's talk more. Are you excited? Are you anxious? Are you nervous? Are you terrified? 1 word, comment, leave it below. Okay, the second thing to keep in mind is that this isn't a sales call. Don't treat it like a sales call, because in your head, you're probably picturing a movie like Wolf of Wall Street.
Pick up the phone and start dialing.
Or Boiler Room.
Well, listen, Harry, we have an explosive situation going on right now.
You're picking up the phone, you're like, ding! Hello, Mr. Johnson. My name is Sean Ogle. I am the founder of Location Rebel, which is not a stock brokerage firm, but I'm here to tell you about an unbelievable stock that is about to go to the moon. He has no idea what's about to happen to him here. Yes, that's right. If you get in on this stock today, there are some major announcements that are going to be happening in the next couple days. I don't know exactly when. It could be as soon as tomorrow morning, but it is going to 10, 100, probably 1,000x this stock over the course of the next couple weeks. But you have to get in right now, right this second. But the good news is, Mr. Johnson, I can help you do that. That sounds terrifying. That sounds skeezy and icky. You don't want to do that. You're not necessarily a salesperson. You have to sell. You know, if you're going to be a freelancer, you have to sell your services, but you're not a salesperson. So remember that this is not a sales call. It's a conversation. You're just trying to get to know this person. You're getting information about them and what they need. They're getting information about you to see if they can trust you. So don't treat it in a way where you're trying to make a hard pitch or even trying to get a firm answer on the phone. So if you look at it as just a conversation, not only are you going to feel less stressed about it, but the person on the other end of the line isn't going to feel like they're trying to be sold to all the time. So you're able to relax a little bit, build a genuine connection, and then hopefully turn that into a working relationship soon after that. Okay, finally, the third thing, the last thing you need to know in order to close some of these deals and feel less stressed when you've got that hot lead is that you don't have to give your rates right away. A lot of people, that's where they clam up. That's where they get nervous when they talk about pricing, when they talk about all of the specifics of a particular deal. So you don't have to do that when you're on this phone call. You can basically just say, hey, it was really nice talking to you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take everything we talked about, I'm going to check out your website, I'm going to put it all together, and then I'm going to come back to you in the next 24 to 48 hours with a proposal and some ideas for what we might be able to do together. So all that does is that buys you time. You don't have to worry about getting a yes or a no on the phone. You don't have to worry about stammering and awkwardly trying to push through your sales pitch. No, you can put it all together, you can send an email, and you can give them the time to consider it. You're not looking to pin someone to the fire and get like a yes or no right away. It's like you want to build a good working relationship. So take the time to put together a proper bid, give them the time to look it over and make a thoughtful decision. And by doing this thing, it takes the stress off of everybody and is also probably going to lead to a better, longer-term relationship between you and this new client. Honestly, it's as simple as that. As you're preparing your pitches, as you're preparing your letters of introduction, your cold emails, and you get better at it and you start getting 20, 30% response rates, you're gonna start getting a lot of people that are gonna say, hey, I'm interested. Let's talk more. I'd love to hear more about what you can do. You start freaking out, you get nervous. If you follow these 3 steps, you don't have to be nervous. You can look at this as an enjoyable experience and one that's hopefully going to lead to a lot of money in your future. Be prepared. Spend time learning about who they are, what they need, and how you can help. 2, treat it as a conversation. It's not a sales call. Do not worry about trying to pitch them on the phone and doing that hard sell. And 3, remember, you don't have to give them any rates. You don't have to tell them what the price is going to be on the phone call. Take all the information, put it together in a nice package for them, and then send it over to give them proper time to review and so that they don't feel the same stress and anxiety that you might be feeling about talking about rates and locking in things on the phone. If you do that, you're gonna have a less stressful freelance career and it's gonna be more lucrative in the process. My name's Sean Ogle. I'm the founder of this thing here at Location Rebel, where we teach you how to make money writing online, both through freelance writing and through blogging. If that sounds like something you wanna do, go to locationrebel.com/hi, where we've got a free 6-day course that walks you through how to get going with your writing on the internet, building a side hustle that gives you more free time to do the things you love to do in life. If you found this video useful, make sure to give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. Those 2 things help me out tremendously. And if you're looking for what to watch next, I highly recommend you watch this video because it's gonna do a great job of piggybacking on what we just talked about. So I hope you have an excellent day and we will see you on the next video. Peace.